Welcome to the Keith Noble Show, brought to you by Auto Chicks and the Noble's Financial Network. Look them both up on Facebook. So, we're not talking today. Really, it's about absurdity. But it's the absurdity of logic. So, as I say often, here's what you really have to figure out and understand. Are all men created equal with the same natural rights or not? Because reconciling all men are created equal with the same natural rights with compelling other people to labor on your behalf is a non sequitur. You choose one. Yet we have people, many people in this country, who believe others should labor on their behalf and should labor on their behalf via compulsion, violence, and force. Now, let's be clear. Every law, every tax, every regulation is held up by force and violence. That is the compulsion. If you don't obey with the law, you don't pay the tax. If you don't abide by the regulation, men with guns will come and make you do so, or they will take you to jail. That's how it works. That's the force and violence here. So, do you want a society dominated by force and violence? Or do you want a society dominated by cooperation and compassion? That's really the decision here. So, the more laws, the more taxes, the more regulations you have, the more you have a society dominated by force and violence, and the more miserable everybody will be. Whereas, get rid of the laws, get rid of the taxes, get rid of the regulations, people work off of compassion and cooperation. The argument here that our Marxist, socialist, progressive friends like to make is one of false equivalencies. For example, they will argue, well, who will take care of the disabled? Who will take care of the elderly? Who will take care of children? Well, of course, that's a false argument. And it's a false argument because let's pretend in all of human history that didn't happen until people started to use force and violence to make it happen. Of course it happened. It's happened as long as human beings have been alive. Yet they want to use that argument for more force and violence in society. This is so simple. If you believe all men are created equal with the same natural rights, the only laws, regulations, and taxes required are those protecting those rights and protecting your property. It's so simple. Anything that's not protecting your rights and property is an illegitimate law, tax, and regulation. Just what it is. And of course, these laws, taxes, and regulations that are illegitimate are used to benefit one person and not the other. And typically, the way politicians sell it is, oh, well, you're the person that's going to benefit. Well, no, it benefits somebody who gave money to their campaign, somebody who gave a consulting gig to their spouse, somebody who gave their ne'er-do-well nephew a six-figure job. It's not to your benefit. It never was. It was not intended to be. Yet we have people repeat these arguments unthinkingly, mindlessly. They go to school and learn these arguments, and then they come out and repeat them. As though teachers' unions were not some of the primary beneficiaries of these taxes, laws, and regulations. They are. So how do we do this? We get back to basics. Understand, all men are created equal with the same natural rights. That means all are to be treated equal by the law and by government within society. It's so simple. Don't let somebody convince you otherwise with false arguments for why they think there should be more force and violence in society. We need to de-escalate the force and violence and compulsion in society, not be adding to it. Is that not obvious at this point to everyone? It should be. Well, thanks for tuning in. Look up Auto Chicks and the Noble's Financial Network on Facebook. Look up my book, Our Dogs Not Bark, a politically incorrect dystopian tale on Amazon. And like, subscribe, share, invite your friends. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support.